what was I even talking about? No, I'm just kidding.
No, you good.
I would say my first experiences or encounter with God happened when I was really young, because sickle cell anemia is something you're born with. You may not understand it as a child, but as you grow older, you start to like not only learn about it, but also how you interact with it and how other people interact with you. And it's difficult because it can be lonely. Lonely in the sense that it's not so physical, so people don't know how to identify or like even how to relate with you when you say, okay, I'm in pain. And they're like, okay, what are you gonna do? Like, sometimes people kind of get flustered when I start to talk about it because they just don't know how to relate in those spaces, which is fine. I'm not asking anybody to like understand. But I think I saw God and I heard God in spaces of going through difficult times, like being in a hospital by myself, or being rushed to a hospital, or being in so much pain that I couldn't even think straight, and just the comfort of not just his voice, but starting to feel better. And I'd be like, okay, all right, things are going okay. Or like sometimes a pain episode would go a little smoother than another. I say smoother because sometimes it could be so rough and it can get so out of hand that the medicine or things of that nature isn't like working fast enough. And then there's times when it works right away. Or there's times that he's like, be patient. It'll work out. Just rest. God has a tendency with me to put me to sleep when I'm overthinking. So in moments of me being like in such a like busy thought process, he'll be like, you know what, my child, rest. Literally, I would hear him be like, rest, like hypnosis, go to sleep. And that has been super helpful in my experience with sickle cell and having like bad pain episodes. He will put me to sleep and be like, when you get up, you'll be fine. I'm here. As an adult going through sickle cell, I feel like there's been a lot of moments where he wasn't trying to be mean, and he wasn't trying to say that this is something you're being punished with, or this is something that you're always gonna have and it's always gonna affect you. I definitely hear him telling me that I have it for a reason, and it's to somehow impact the world or impact maybe others that go through what I go through. And sometimes it's just for him to be like, you're okay, and you're always gonna be okay, and I'm always gonna be here for you. I'm not sure what that's gonna look like in the future, like how exactly I'm going to maybe pioneer in any new spaces. But I heard some leader, like a coach of a forum, told me like the best part is that you don't need to know how. It'll come to you. Like it'll formulate, in who knows what spaces, right? Because it could be anywhere, where I start to reach people that do go through it as well and let them know that God is with them, and it's not about being punished or condemned. It's really just you can change your trajectory with this, because I feel like it's been something that matured me in a way, but also it helped me focus on things that were important. And because I was able to focus on things that were important, I think I dodged a lot of bullets. And I keep being shown my identity in Christ. And I know that he doesn't want me to count on being a person with sickle cell or having an ailment or chronic ailment as my identity. He tells me all the time that this isn't just you, he shows me who he is in a lot of different spaces. And he's just always there for me with it. And it's not about, it's supposed to be something that will help me somehow, not hurt me in a sense. And it wasn't until like I got more in touch with my relationship with God that he was just like, I don't want you to feel defined by that. I don't want you to feel like you are unworthy or you are incapable. Don't ever let anyone that told you that or any workspace that made you feel that way define who you are. Like, you're capable in the ways you're supposed to be capable in. And however that plays out, it'll play out. Don't worry about it. But yeah, what a few of the lies fall in that space of being like unworthy and incapable and not, and it's heartbreaking because if I show up at the job and I try to do everything I can in my power, but for some reason I may get sick and I have to call out, that shouldn't, I shouldn't be judged by that, but it happens, especially with people that have chronic ailments understand, because they may go through different seasons where they're having a tough time. So I think he's made me more aware of my talents and skills outside of like your average workspace. So, and I've heard him say, I want you to tap into your creativity. You have all these gifts that I've given you as far as like having ideas and being creative and looking at the world differently, especially through having an ailment. And with these things, I want you to really like tap in. And I'm still like sorting through like what he means by that. I'm like, oh, but I think to glorify him would be to like really like pour what I'm going through with my journey into my art, or into like, visual art, painting, drawing, because I do a lot of that. I do mixed media as well. So I think he wants me to like really like press. He's been giving me like visions of things that I could create, and he's just like, do it. I'm waiting for you. Like you take the step and we'll things will happen.